today we have the question related to task number 12, and task number 12 is about ground rules. What are the ground rules? Expected set of principles, behaviors, norms from the team member as well as other stakeholders. We cannot establish best ground rules from the beginning. Although we have the practices available in OPA, we can use expert judgment. But again, because it belongs to the team, so we'll be looking at the team's behavior and then we'll be adjusting accordingly. So based upon that, we always use team charter and project charter for shared understanding, shared vision. So the purpose of ground rules and setting the team charter means that we want to have the common understanding and we want everyone to follow so we can reduce the number of conflict. That is what task 12 is about. Now let's look at the question and start solving questions related to task 12. Your agile team has established a working agreement that backlog changes can only be introduced through the product owner. A senior stakeholder bypasses the product owner and assigns urgent items directly to the developers. And this is what happens when you don't follow the rules. The stakeholder insists this is necessary for business speed. For business speed, for the delivery, everything is good. But what you will do as a project manager next? Will you let it happen or will you stop doing those things? So ask the developer to accept the work. We know that we don't allow these things. We have to go with the process. We cannot destroy the process. Remind the stakeholder of the working agreement, clarify escalation paths, and reinforce the product owner as the single intake channel. Seems to be the better answer, and even it is answering the questions. As I keep saying, that question is always in the answer is always in the question. Escalate immediately to the sponsor. Why sponsor? First, we need to discuss the things internally. If they don't, then yeah, we can go there. Allow exceptions. Exception means today you will open the exception for this person, tomorrow it will be exception for another one, and ultimately the whole thing will be destroyed. So yes, all of you are correct. That correct answer in this situation is remind the stakeholder of the working agreement, clarify escalation paths, and reinforce the PO as a single intake channel. So we can maintain the harmony of the iteration and relationships. Very good. Let's go next. Your organization emphasizes quality first and no surprises to customer. The team proposes a ground rule that defects discovered late should be deferred to the next release to protect a schedule commitment. And somehow they are correct also. But again, we cannot decide anything by our own. It has to be the agreed upon criteria. So what should the PM do? Accept the rule because it helps meet schedule. Reject the rule because it conflicts with organization principle. Allow the rule temporarily and review after release. Escalate the rule decision to HR. So surely HR has nothing to do, or function manager has nothing to do inside. It's between us and the team. So we need to solve the situation. Now we have two answers. Accept the rule because it helps meet the schedule. Reject the rule because it conflicts with organization principle. When they hired you as a project manager, so look, C and D are out of league. So those who are answering C cannot be the correct answer. We do not allow the things. So if you are saying allow the rule, then accept should also be the correct answer, right? When you are allowing the rule, it means accept can be the correct answer also. So you need to think. I have been telling you again and again, you are no one to decide by your own until it's in your authority, until it's in your governance description written in the project management plan. This is what happens in the project. People try to presume the things by themselves. And once they go to the customer and when customer get noticed, really? Who told you that? How did it happen? Were we informed? Did you send us email? Or how these changes happen? Is it written somewhere? Because we follow the rule, right? This is what we call it. Do not break the process. Follow the guidelines. Follow the same thing, what is being done. If it requires changes, it has to be communicated first before you take actions. You cannot take actions directly without communicating. There is a procedure to do that. I always say like this, that when you are understanding PMI, project management. Even PMI says itself that when you are studying PMI, PMP, you need to ensure that the project is of huge size, being done in multiple countries in multiple time zones, and your action will bring a huge impact because the cost of the project is in billions. So before you take any actions, you have to think multiple times. You change something. Like imagine what happens nowadays. Surely they are doing a lot of due diligence and everything on the due description, but sometimes you will see nowadays Microsoft is down. 3 days ago, Microsoft was down. Email was not working. Sometimes Microsoft Azure is down, and they have a proper dashboard that where the services are down and where the services are restored. They are the coding company. They know all the rules and regulations, but still those things happens. So they announce that will be an update before they allow it, like 6 months before, 3 months before, they said that we are going to make an update. But there are certain updates, sometimes they have to do it for the privacy, for the security thing. Sometimes those things destroy the whole infrastructure, and ultimately they have to go through with the challenges. And then news become public that, oh, Microsoft is down, Google is down, and Zoom is down, and so is down. So we will reject the rule because it conflicts with the organization principles that we need to follow. Look, your organization emphasizes quality first and no surprises to customer. The team proposes a ground rule that defect discovered late should be deferred. Your organization principle is quality first. You are saying deferred. So you are contradicting with your organization policy. You are not reading the questions. So sometimes when you guys answer the questions, it's amazing. Sometimes when you answer the questions, you miss the main part of the question and you try making the guesses. We need to make educated guesses that we know the information and we are making guesses. It's not about only the keyword that we are feeling it looks good, it doesn't look good. No, we don't select the answer like it looks good or it doesn't look good. So we need to select appropriate answers, not by our looking good or feeling good. Next, your remote team agreed to a ground rule, no interruptions during focus hours. However, people frequently message others during focus hours, claiming it just quick question. Productivity is decreasing because when I will be busy in answering your question, so ultimately I will forget what I was doing or I will be distracted and then I will miss my line what I was doing. Then I have to restart from the beginning. So I will miss it. So what is the best action here? Implement consequences for every violation immediately. Penalizing the things will never be the direct answer or the first answer or shouldn't be the first priority. Reinforce the ground rule by improving transparency, status indicators, providing alternate channels, and coaching behaviors. Remove focus hours from the agreement. You cannot do that, right? 8 hours work, then you will ask them to work after hours also. Escalate to functional manager to enforce discipline. When they are working under you, you have to enforce the discipline with the help of ground rules and team charter. So this cannot be the answer, and this cannot be the answer. Remaining are A and B. So as I told you earlier, penalizing the resources on the first attempt will never be the correct answer. Discuss, negotiate, analyze, communicate, then you can go for the next step. You cannot go. But if it says that you have already done it, then you can try going A or penalizing the things. But immediately is not like you have to go through with the process. Very good. Next. A senior engineer violates the ground rule. One person speaks at a time by repeatedly interrupting others in meeting. Junior members stop contributing. The engineer delivers high output as is considered critical. What should you do first? Publicly correct the engineer during the next meeting. Doing the things publicly, if it is individual, it will make it more worse than making it better. Privately provide behavior-based feedback, restate expectations and agree on a change plan. Remove the engineer, we cannot, and we cannot ignore it. So yes, correct answer is B. Very good. That meet one-to-one and redo the things related to the ground rules and team charter that you are amazing, you are doing great job, but can you please have a look at it because I don't want to destroy the discipline. Very good. Next. Your team working agreements requires decision to be documented and confirmed. A client representative frequently makes decisions verbally, then later denies. Being experienced project manager, you should be already trained that we don't take verbal instructions, whoever of whatever authority. What should you do as a PM? Next, stop engaging the client rep. Document decisions immediately after meeting and request written confirmation as part of the engagement ground rules. We cannot accept verbal decisions. Ask the team to absorb the rework to keep the client happy. If you will make the client happy, then you will lose your job, surely, because you have to balance between client and between your organization. So yes, all of you are correct. Better answer is B, that we need to get the confirmation. Like if someone is saying something, you need to have minutes of meeting and that has to be shared. You will not keep it for yourself, and then those have to be accepted also that yes, this was the discussion. So if there is a conflict, you can revert back and we can modify it again. But we want everything to be documented. Very good. Next. Your global team has members from cultures where direct disagreement in meeting is avoided. The team ground rule is raise risk immediately in meetings. Risks are not being raised until late, causing delays. What should you do? Remove the ground rules because it conflict with the culture. Establish alternative safe channels like anonymous, risk log, one-to-one check-ins, while reinforcing the principles of early risk escalation. Publicly call out the team. Don't go public for everything. And we cannot ignore the issue. So C and D are out of league. Remaining answers are A and B. And we don't remove the things like this, that because it doesn't violate. There is a process to update it. So yes, all of you are correct. Establish alternative safe channels. We cannot stop communication. Instead, we need to find better communications. And if I will do that, establish alternative safe channels while reinforcing the principle of early risk escalation. Can you guys make a guess or can you answer what documents will be updated because of this? What you will update as a project manager? What relevant documents will be updated? Safe channel means exactly, very good. Communication management plan. We will update the ground rules also. We will update the risk management plan also, right? So these documents will be, and other relevant documents will also be updated. And surely for update, there is a process. Very good. Next. Your team repeatedly violates the ground rule. Definition of done must be met before work is marked complete. Work is frequently done without full testing. So they are violating the definition of done and they don't perform the testing and they say it's done, causing rework in later iterations, overestimating or your over understanding of those things. What is the best action? Relax the definition of done. You don't select the definition of done. Who is responsible to bring the definition of done? Product owner, right? Add a quality gate, peer review, testing checklist, and reinforce accountability with metrics and retrospective actions. Seems to be a better answer. We cannot remove the testing and we cannot allow the PM to do that. So yes, better answer is B here, that add a quality gate. What we call it inspection, peer review or refactoring. These type of things you can do to ensure before the product goes into the customer hand, it's fully tested and fully integrated. Very good. Next, your project involves multiple departments with competing priorities. Ground rules requires that disagreements be handled respectfully and escalated through agreed paths. A department head publicly blames the project team during a steering committee meeting, breaking the rules and damaging morale. What should you do next? Publicly defend the team and criticize the department head. Means you will start a war. Privately address the violation with the department head, restate ground rules, and align corrective behaviors for future meetings. You cannot ignore it, and you don't have rights to cancel the steering committee. So, yes, better answer is B. This is what we need to build our mindset like. That whatever happens, we will follow these rules and guidelines. Very good. Next, you have a stable team with a strong working agreement. Mid project, 3 new members joined due to expansion. Within 2 weeks, meeting discipline breaks down and previously agreed behaviors are not followed. Question is itself giving you the hint. Recreate the team charter working agreement with the full team and reinforce norms. Remove the new members, ignore it, escalate it. Answer is very clear, very vivid if you know the rules and regulations. If you understand the PMI mindset. Exactly. When you are adding the new team members, let's rediscuss it and then renegotiate it and then reinforce it. So, yes, A is actually the correct answer. Very good. Next, a team member violates the ground rule, no blame, focus on solutions by repeatedly accusing others in chat, which is affecting the trust. So it is going against the agile principle, create a psychological safe environment. You have already coached them once, but behavior persists. What should you do next? Ignore publicly, apply the agreed consequences, escalation pass, immediately remove them. So yes, better answer is C. That remind them, tell them, coach them, reshare them on the common understanding that, hey guys, this is it. Please follow accordingly. So that was related to the task number 12. Let's keep it here and then we can continue for the 13 tomorrow.